In 2010, workplace injury and illness cost Australian businesses over $60 billion. Over 128,000 claims were made for some form of injury, and of these, 25% of these claims resulted in staff being out of the workplace for more than 12 weeks. This cost businesses time, effort, experience, productivity gains and losses, and overall lots of money. How do we avoid these issues? We suggest we'd better safe than sorry, a fun and engaging board game that means employees actually take on board the lessons you're teaching them. They actually learn what's dangerous in the workplace and how to avoid these issues. So, in terms of the OH&S industry currently, our businesses are spending significant amounts of money on OH&S. The dedicated industry itself is worth over $1 billion currently and is expected to grow at 2.9% year on year. Yet, the research shows that this traditional training approach is not necessarily effective. Research has shown that of the traditional training methods, roughly only 15% of what employees actually are taught in the workplace that costs businesses time and money to impart upon employees is actually remembered. The other 85% is forgotten, and so employee injury and illness continues to happen. How do you avoid this? Through Better Safe Than Sorry, by engaging employees. Now we're going to tell you how Better Safe Than Sorry actually works.
To begin, players are given 45 life points, 120, 110, 2 5s and 5 1s. The board will be set up as you can see with each player starting on a coloured tile representing their workplace. Players will move in a clockwise direction and the player who rolls the highest number on the die will go first. In this example, the purple player is player 1. The player to the left of purple will go next and so forth. Each player is also given 2 hazard cards to begin. In the purple player's workplace, they have missing tiles in their kitchen causing employees to trip and injure themselves as well as liquids pooling in those areas. They also have a fire hazard since their employees do not know how to escape the building in a fire emergency. Purple must now be on the hunt for avoidance cards as they can eliminate these hazards from the workplace and gain life points. The purple player will go first. They have landed on the stop sign, so they must pick up an avoidance card. They have picked up a fire escape plan. Players can hold a maximum of 3 avoidance cards. They must discard any extras they pick up or use the ones they can. In this case, the purple player does have a fire emergency that the fire escape plan can solve. Thus, the fire hazard is eliminated from the purple workplace and the player may collect 2 life points. The blue player has landed on a hazard, so they must pick up a card from the hazard pile. The blue player has employees in their workplace who leave their drawers open when they're in a rush. This has resulted in leg injuries to other employees who haven't noticed the hazard. Since the blue player has just gained a new hazard in the workplace, they must pay the fine, 3 life points. It is the purple player's turn and they have landed on the safety inspector card, which reads, "The safety inspector demands that players lose 5 life points for every hazard in the workplace. It's a brutal price to pay, but players must pay up. Luckily, the purple player only has 1 hazard and only loses 5 life points, whilst the blue player loses 15 life points for the 3 hazards they have. The blue player has landed on a chance card. It reads, "As part of your job, you are asked to climb a ladder that has 2 broken rungs near the top. You are afraid you'll fall. What can you do? 1. Use it or you'll get fired. 2. Quit. 3. Tell the supervisor you think it is unsafe and ask one in good repair. 4. Ask a co-worker to hold the ladder in case you fall. If the player gets the answer right, then they receive 2 life points, and if they get it wrong, they lose 2 life points. The answer is 3. Tell the supervisor you think it is unsafe and ask one in good repair. The answers for these questions on the chance cards will be found in the player's manual. The purple player has landed on the blue player's workplace, so they may demand to swap an avoidance card for their choosing. The purple player sees that the blue player has an avoidance that will help them. The purple player has swapped the tile replacement card with another of their cards. The purple player can now eliminate their missing tile hazards and receives 2 life points. The purple player has just passed his workplace. Every time a player passes their own workplace, they can pick up an avoidance card. Ending the game. The game will end after 60 minutes is complete or one player is left standing. Each player will lose 2 life points for each hazard they hold and will gain 1 life point for each avoidance card they hold. The winner will be the player who has the most life points in total.